Surangama Sutra. The Buddha told Ananda, Sakyamuni Buddha told the Venerable Ananda, "You have studied and heard much, yet you have not exhausted all outflows." Ananda is first and foremost in hearing. You, in your Buddhist studies, heard the most, but you have not reached non-leakage or complete non-leakage. In your mind, you merely know the causes of inversion. In your mind, you know what is inversion, what is delusion. But when true inversion appears before you, you're still unable to recognize it. Although he's listened to so much Buddha Dharma, but he's not even sure what is delusion, what is inversion. So when true inversion appears, when you have deluded thoughts or you invert it, you don't even recognize it. Up till now, your faith is not complete. You are still not in control of your own inversion and delusion. I will now use ordinary worldly matters to dispel your doubts. Sakyamuni Buddha will speak something simple to let you understand, to dispel the doubts you have in your heart and mind. Just now I have said that everything in the material world is fake. Only the wondrous, luminous, true mind and Buddhanature are true. How do you prove it? Use something simple as an analogy to dispel your doubts. At that time, Tathagata instructed Rahula, the first and foremost in secret practices, Sakyamuni Buddha's son, Rahula, to strike the bell once. He just used Vajra bell. Then he asked Ananda, "Do you hear it now?" He said, "Yes, I hear it." Ananda and the assembly all heard the sound. When the sound ceased, Sakyamuni Buddha asked again, "Do you hear it now?" Ananda and the assembly all said, "No, we do not hear it. It's gone now. Just now there was a sound, but not anymore." Then Rahula struck the bell once more. The Buddha asked again, "Do you hear it now?" Ananda and the assembly again said, "We all hear it." The Buddha asked Ananda, "How is it that you say you hear, and then how is it that you do not hear?" Sakyamuni Buddha asked Ananda, "What is hearing and what is not hearing?" Ananda and the assembly, all the people, said to the Buddha, "When the bell is struck, we hear it. Struck for some time, the sound fades away. Both the sound and its resonance are gone. That is called not hearing." Sakyamuni Buddha asked Rahula to strike the bell again. And he asked Ananda, "Is there sound now?" Ananda and the assembly all said, "There is sound." After a short while, the sound faded away. The Buddha asked again, "Is there sound now?" Ananda and the assembly answered, "There is no sound now." After a while, Rahula came again and struck the bell. The Buddha asked again, "Is there sound now?" Ananda and the assembly all said, "There is sound." The Buddha asked Ananda, "How is it that you said there's sound and then you said there's no sound?" And the assembly all said, "When the bell is struck and the sound is produced, this is called having sound. After some time, the sound fades away. Both the sound and its resonance are gone. That's called having no sound." Sakyamuni Buddha told Ananda and the great assembly, "Why are you now speaking in such a confused and contradictory way? You're already inverted and have confused thoughts. Think about it. Is there confusion and inversion? When you struck it, there's sound, so there's sound. When there's no sound, there's no sound. How can it be confusion and inversion? What does it mean?" So Ananda and the assembly all asked the Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha, "How are we now being confused and contradictory? The Buddha said, when I asked you about hearing, you said you heard. When I asked you about sound, you said there was sound. Yet being hearing and sound, the answers were not fixed. Sometimes there is, sometimes there is not. Sometimes you affirm, sometimes you negate. So this is called confusion and inversion. That's what he told Ananda. Ananda, when the sound fades and there is no resonance, you say there is no hearing. If there were truly no hearing, then the nature of hearing would already be extinguished, becoming the same as dry wood. When the bell is struck again, how would you know? Sakyamuni Buddha argued. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. The sound is arising and ceasing, but the nature of hearing is non-arising and non-ceasing. So the awareness is non-ceasing. That's what Sakyamuni Buddha is talking about. Because there is movement, that's why there is sound. When it moves, there is a sound. When it's still, there is no sound. But the nature of hearing is still there. Although you cannot hear the sound, the nature of hearing is still there. You're still able to hear. Because there is no sound, you cannot hear it. But the nature of hearing is still there. This is the analogy Sakyamuni Buddha uses. The Buddha nature is present, is there. It never disappears. Everything else can disappear, except the Buddha nature is always eternally present. That's what he meant. Now do you understand? Otherwise, it's yes and no and yes and no. Can you hear it? Yes. Can you hear it? No. But this hearing is always there. But the sound sometimes exists, sometimes not. That's his analogy. This is very long, but actually it's very simple. Knowing there is and knowing there is not is only a matter of the sounds being present or absent. But the nature of hearing is always present. Can you hear it now? Yes. Can you hear it now? No. But there's a meaning behind this. That's the arising and ceasing of the sound, not of the hearing itself. The hearing is always there. Now do you understand? Otherwise you will be confused. Why is this confusion and inversion or deluded thoughts? Confused and deluded thoughts. Therefore, Ananda, within hearing, sound itself has arising and ceasing. So, with respect to the nature of hearing, sound arises and ceases, but it's not the hearing awareness that is arising and ceasing. The hearing nature is non-arising and non-ceasing. You still inverted, confusing sound with hearing. You think that the sound is your nature of hearing, but there are two things here. One is the sound, which is the dust, and the other one is the nature of hearing. It's always there. The sound is rising and ceasing. No wonder you're confused and deluded, taking what is permanent to be impermanent. So you should not say this. If you say you cannot hear, then you would be deaf. Are you deaf? No. But the sound disappears. So the sound is arising and ceasing. And your nature of hearing is non-arising and non-ceasing. The wondrous, luminous true mind is non-arising and non-ceasing. Everything else outside is arising and ceasing. That's what he used as an analogy. This is a very long excerpt, but explain in a few words. Spiritual cultivators are different. You will not be deluded by the external circumstances. Just now, everybody is practicing and Grandmaster is meditating. The mantra chanting Om Tambala Jalung Tanaya Soha. I heard it slightly, but it's the same as not hearing. That's meditation, in between hearing and non-hearing. Did I sit upright? Yes. Actually, I was meditating. I wasn't practicing together with you. I was meditating till married dedication. And then I know we are practicing Jambala. I didn't fall asleep. Meditation is between wakefulness and sleep. And you forget about everything. No one in my eyes, no sound in my ears. But the wondrous, luminous true mind is still there. I was not distracted by your sound and the rituals and everything. I was still in meditation, so that's a kind of skill. Most people cannot meditate while hearing so many sounds. So my hearing nature is still there, but the sound disappears to me. That is meditation. You cannot be like while chanting Namo Amitabha, Namo Amitabha, and then a young lady in miniskirt walking by, and the skin is white as pure snow. You don't even know where your chanting was. The scenes from the outside are different. When a lady is wearing skirt, long or short, is the skirt long? Long. Is the skirt short? Short. How come you know? Because your awareness is still there. Just because they wear long skirt or short skirt, you should not be distracted by them or attracted by them. When you were young, you did not know any better. That's why when we met the ladies from the bus station, Jessica really played it well yesterday. Also Udong. Then they all asked, is Udong married? Is Jessica married? We should match them up. Udong can marry Jessica. We can become a matchmaker because they walk really intimately, holding hands. Jessica's face is very beautiful with a great figure, wearing the Golden Horse bus uniform, really like a stewardess. Everybody was confused, thinking that's really Master Lu when he was young. That was just a play, not real. And Udong is married with kids, but not Jessica. Think about it. Human life is just like a play. But sometimes you get confused or misled by the plays and you don't even know. Only such a Dumbo would walk back and forth in the rain because that's fascination and that's called inversion. So rationally, when you get to the station, you should get on the bus. But I wanted to go back and repeat the strolling again. So that's inversion. When you ask what is love, is when you are willing to give your life and death. When you're in infatuation, during dating, everything is inverted. But once you get married, everything is upright. And that would be different. The nose smells the fragrance of the hair and the body. My girlfriend in elementary school, you were in a cram car going to see a movie. By coincidence, her niece touched my niece. They were sitting face to face. I felt so unease all the way in the car. It was an outdoor movie. They just placed a huge screen and we put stools to watch the movie. I did not even know what was the movie that night. I just knew the actor was Wen Tianxiang. But what was in the movie? I don't know. How could he die? It's that my heart has died, not Wen Tianxiang. That feeling was different. That's called upside down, inverted. When you're watching a movie, you don't even know you're watching a movie. When you're in the rain, you're not even aware of the rain. That's why everything in the Saha world is inverted, upside down, or distorted. Everybody is doing something distorted or inverted. Form, the form, bad. I thought it was the frost on the ground. That was the poem when Li Bai was longing for his homeland. But the inverted one, that in front of the bed, there is a lady called Bright Moon, completely naked, that is so beautiful that her body is as white as snow. And the original poem was that thinking that there was frost on the ground. Lifting my head, I look at the bright moon, the original poem, and then you looking at the lady Mingyue. You drop your head thinking of the wife back home. The poem became like that, so that's upside down. That's inversion and delusion, distortion. So many things you can think about it uprightly or invertedly. Your Buddha nature is always there. But because of your confusion, delusion, and inversion, everything became upside down. And all people are amidst this confusion and inversion. Every one of us is amidst delusions. Like the other day in my Dharma teaching, Golden Mother told me, just go seek your own happiness so that you can walk out from your depression, so that you don't cry that often and feel so much suffering. The way to get out of depression is to seek your own joy and happiness. What Golden Mother said was true, was right. So I sought happiness, and Master Lian Sheng of the Lotus Light Charity in Vancouver asked me, what is your happiness? How can you ask that? If I tell you, I'd be dead. Everything will make you happy. Writing an article and you find it meaningful for people, then you feel happy. You listen to a song that's very beautiful, the melody makes you happy. If you love animals, you go to the zoo and you would feel very happy, right? That's also a kind of happiness. Or you enjoy those artworks, then you feel marvelous. That's a kind of happiness. Golden Mother said, if you're depressed, then you should seek or look for your own happiness so you can walk out from your gray area, from your depression. If you don't do that, then you would fall deeper and deeper. Then you would be inverted. Then you would think very pessimistically, everything is bad, negative, and terminal. You should think positively and find your own happiness. You should find whatever that makes you happy, that would help you walk out from your depression. Seek your own happiness, but never go overboard. The famous saying, you can fulfill your desires, but never go overboard. Don't cross the line. That's spoken by Confucius. Otherwise, you would be inverted, deluded. That's the most important principle that we talk about tonight. Inversion and confusion and delusion. Every one of us lives amidst it. Like the cell phones, the internet would make you in all upside down. The same with schooling or reading. Everything that has form and phenomena, including food, wealth, sensual pleasures, fame, food, sleep, all can make you turn upside down. Inverted, distorted, but sometimes not bad. Powerful, powerful, get rich. You just feel good, right? Shouting it. If you don't shout it, you don't feel good. You feel depressed, but shouting it as if you feel very rich. Dreaming is good too. Sweet dream, then you would feel happy. Don't have nightmares. You pray to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas not to have nightmares. Our human life is really just like a play, a movie. But it's not easy to understand this play. It's not easy to walk out of it, to be detached from it. So you need to know, understand, and detach yourself from it. Then you have no afflictions if you can do it. If you can't, then you would be held in bondage by your afflictions forever. No other ways. That's all. Primarily, Sakyamuni Buddha says, maintain your original Buddha nature, and the rest can be no big deal. Nothing to do, nothing matters, and nothing to gain. Just let them be. You should dispose, get rid of all the garbage from inside your body, all the rubbish. Maintain your clean and pure original Buddha nature. That's the meaning of the Buddha. It's already 10:23. How can we watch the fireworks? Oh, money, pay me home.